Hello there, Internet. Hello there, YouTube. Welcome back to one of the Hermit Gamer's famous and trademarked Loot Diaries. Original concept, do not steal. Uh, I'm like super hyped about the new season of Marvel Rivals that just dropped, but you know what? I just sometimes it's good to just wait a little bit, you know, and do some pit runs because pit runs are like good for the soul. They make you a better person. Anyway, because they make you smile in a way that other games can't. So let's get in there. Let's do some pit runs. I'm gonna be trying out a slightly new build on my Amazon, so we're gonna check something out there. But let's get in there and let's do it.
Let the games begin.
All right. Now, problem I had was I went to do some Loot Diary stuff earlier today, and the game is currently kind of bugged. There's something up with like textures not loading in Act 2, and then if your character is in Act 2, then your character like won't be able to load. And anyway, oh no way! I need to freaking. Okay, so
I'll put that to good use.
all right.
I'll put that to good use.
Let me actually just like explain like what the heck is going on here. Because I found this item very recently in my previous Loot Diary, I thought to myself, well, it's got to be a barbarian mercenary now for my bows on. I don't need Atmas anymore. I can chuck on a High Lord's Wrath. The barbarian mercenary can still have the fanaticism aura. I miss out on might, but I don't know that might. Compensates for the crit chance on High Lord's Wrath. It's so strong, and like we do already have a chance of Deadly Strike. Anyway, so yeah, I have to freaking rescue the Bobs. Hold on. When we'll do this on Players 1. And we want to just be able to quickly push through this. Is it? It seems like it's potentially like really loud over my voice. Yeah, anyway, always interesting. Let's take a look at this. I don't have a key. I'm so poor. I don't even have a key. I'm such a nobody. I'm a bum. Oh, wait, what just happened to my health? Is that a fireball? I am being harmed. Anyway. Let's find these stinking barbarians. I thought this was one of their little cages where they were locked up in. Ow. That would have straight up one-shotted me if this was on like Players 3 or Players 8. Ugh, I hate this quest. Because there's really no comfortable or easy way to do it. No reliable way to sort of read the map and know where to go. Now, there's no reason for me to be this far back. Well, at least it tells me something by process of elimination. Oh, it sucks to try to run through these maps as well. But we gotta do it. I want to get this barbarian. I don't think I can hire one at my level in Nightmare. Also, if I switch to Nightmare, I lose my map. And I've got a really good map for the pits. Okay, there we go. I was gonna say, like, I am on the right map, aren't I? I haven't seen it, like, any sign of these jerks. That. Now I am finna book it. Get the hell out of here. Must continue on. So yeah, not much of a loot diary. I am wearing my MF gear for what it's worth. Who knows? Something cool could drop. Okay, there's a... Oh, hell no. This is so much easier with teleport. Everything is so much easier with teleport. Ah, there we go. Go on. Hell out of here. Is there a reason why? Oh, okay, there we go. There we go. Alright, alright. So this guy, he's been... I've liked him, he's a cool guy, you know, but his time is, his time is over for now. And we're going to grab a Frenzy Barbarian. Which name do I like here? I like Eggfowl, but he's not a Frenzy Barbarian. Don't know about that. Oof. It's gotta be Oof. Come on. Yeah, I put all his stuff on the ground, didn't I? Yeah, alright, just make it double super safety shot. Okay, let's get our boy Ulf. Welcome to the farm, Ulf. Yeah, have a vampire gaze. Yeah, have an ethereal druid shell. And we'll sort you out for your weapons in just a moment.
I'll put that to good use. I can't use that.
What? Okay, why can he not use this? Oh, can he only use one-handed swords? Do I have to give this to the... Requirements minus 33%. Required strength 118. Required dexterity 67. Is it just because it's two-handed? Hold on, do I have another two-handed sword I can kind of test this with? Let me just buy one.
Can't use that.
Okay, so this guy just straight can't use two-handed swords. Okay, maybe this is not the play then, because... yeah, I was really banking on this guy being, you know...
I can't use that.
being able to hold Mania as well, so I have the Fanaticism aura. We'll try it, though. Man, this is such a faff. The problem is this weapon doesn't really do good damage. It actually does very bad damage, which means this guy is likely to struggle to stay alive. But we'll try it out. He also puts his own curse that kind of replaces...
I'll put that to good use. I'll put that to good use.
Yeah, this could just be really terrible, but we'll try it. And I'll grab the High Lords for myself. So we're actually losing a lot now. Like, we lose Might. I don't know that we're really going to proc this as consistently. We lose pretty much all our poison resist. Yeah. I'm starting to think this is like actually just a really bad idea. Either way, we'll try it. We'll go to the pits and we'll give it a shot. If we can't hang on like player 7 in the pits, then you know it's just flatly worse than what I had. So we'll just switch it straight back. Luckily, I have everything on hand. I probably won't waste your time with that. I'll just switch to my sorceress and do some Mephisto runs or something. Oh yeah. And when he actually gets in, he procs the curse very reliably. But he sucks at getting in. On the other hand, our base damage with High Lords is going absolutely crazy. He just died, which is a little bit disappointing, but they do have Might and Fanaticism, and there were like 2 boss packs there. But I think that's just gonna happen sometimes because his damage sucks, so his life leech sucks. Like, I don't think this is actually a viable setup long term, but I'll play around with it tonight. It's definitely good enough. I mean, the mercenary at least. Because he himself doesn't do damage. And in order to stay alive, a mercenary has to, you know, has to do a decent amount of damage in order to, like, leech. But, you know, as I said, that was a crazy dense spot with like 3 boss packs, and there was like overlapping auras, so I'm 100% certain the Act 2 mercenary would have died there as well. Maybe, I don't know, maybe not. But this is player 7, and the clear speed is pretty damn good. The problem is with stuff like this. Like, when I can apply the curse myself, like, this thing would already have the curse on it and be getting chipped down. Man, I definitely need to put a Shale Rune in my Wind Force though, because even without the Fanaticism aura, this is the extra 20% from High Lords. I mean, is definitely allowing me to hit some sort of breakpoint. And this seems to be shooting a lot faster than normal, which is really good, because it means more knockbacks. But yeah, when you have this like ideal engagement like this, it's so devastating. The problem is that but again, I don't know, it goes on so reliably, and because it's level 3, it has a decent AoE and it kind of gets everything. I'm not too worried about the curses getting juggled. My only real concern is part of the reason why this excited me was the thought of being able to have all this plus Fanaticism, or plus the knockback on Azurath. But if that's not something that you can have, then maybe this isn't so good. But then again, I mean, I don't know. The damage of High Lords genuinely does seem to be more value than Might and Fanaticism from the Act 3 Mercenary. Oh, this is the elite base. You see this one so rarely. Oh, I still have his. That's pretty cool. I might have to hold on to that. Even if it was just as an honor base or something. Just for the fun of having it. I'm not entirely sure about this setup, but I don't know if this would be better as his helmet. Oh, I forgot to get potions. Let's do this. Hello, sorry, I'm just passing through. I don't want to fight any of you. I've never had anything good drop out here, even when I've been like, oh wow, there's like 6 boss packs chasing me. I gotta turn, like, this is so dense. And you turn, you kill them all, and it's just like, nothing. Okay. Just run straight past them. I was gonna say, like, this should be an okay test of his survivability. Because that was a few boss packs, and he got cursed. But he did fine. Oh, now we're kind of getting sandwiched between two boss packs. Isn't there a new rune word that can only be made in circlets and so on? I could be wrong. Anyway. Oh, okay. Okay. I'm at peace with that find. That's a nice find. And then what do we got here? Nothing special. It's still always worth a look. Same thing with things like belts, where you could potentially have something with just like amazing reses. Super nice. But that jewel, 40 ED. Tell you, if you just need to put a smile on your face, just go run some pits, go run some Mephisto. I don't like Andariel, but if it's your bag, you know, do some Andariel. Whatever floats your boat. Run Bale, run the Chaos Sanctuary with a hammer then. You know? Anything you want. Take a freeze on and go to the ancient tunnels. Like, that's a really chill, safe, easy farm. Because you just CC everything. And it takes a little while to like kill them. If you don't have like really amazing endgame bows and stuff. Okay, so that I can't remember how many sockets the thing needs, but yeah, if you don't have like some crazy endgame bow or setup, you know, with like rainbow facets and stuff, the clear speed isn't going to be fast, but it's going to be very safe. Oh, I just got wrecked by invisible lightning. I can't tell if my time to kill sucks or if this is just super dense with really tanky bosses. It seems crazy dense down here. And I probably should have this on Players 8 for the EXP. All right. I'm going to try switching back to Might, just so I can genuinely do like a direct side-by-side comparison. Oh, that's right. I have to go to Nightmare to get Might. Okay.
I'll put that to good use. I'll put that to good use. I'll put that to good use.
Well, we're going to be stuck with this guy for just a little bit because I don't want to... But see how Act 2 is completely balked? It's a mess. And I have a funny feeling it's crashed my game. Yeah, it has. Alright, hold on. I'm gonna reboot. I know how to fix this. But it doesn't mean I lose my map. But it also means I can pop back to Nightmare. And get my Spear Mercenary back. So I can do that direct comparison that I wanted to do. All right. Sorry about that. Make sure. Not throwing that stuff away. Prayer. So is might only on normal? What is going on? Did they take it out of the game?
I'll put that to good use. I'll put that to good use.
Hold on. This is so weird. Blessed name, blessed name, blessed name, blessed name. Prayer defines, 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 blessed name. Did they just take Might Mercenary out of the game? Hold on a second. Okay, apparently this is some kind of visual bug or something. I don't know. It's super frustrating. So apparently if I just hire a mercenary with blessed aim here, hold on.
Let the games begin.
Okay, this is so weird. I don't know. I'm really sorry about this. But like, look what is going on with this game. This game is like, it's been bought since the update. Like, there's no textures in Act 2. It just randomly like crashes. Like, you can't play the game in Act 2. Anyway, I need to... There we go. I'm not even gonna try to like waypoint or anything from that, from Act 2. It will just, it's very likely to just crash my game. So I just fresh back to Act 1.
I'll put that to good use. I'll put that to good use. I'll put that to good use. I'll put that to good use.
Give my boy all his stuff back. I need to re-roll my pits map, but the pits is a pretty, you know, you don't need a good map with the pits. It's kind of always in the same direction. Just follow the path. But there is a thing of like, what are the pits themselves like? Like, you want a nice linear run. Like, you don't want to have to double back and so on. I don't know. Sometime when I'm not streaming, I'll do a pit run with High Lords and so on. And I'll actually time it because I have a really bad sense of that kind of timing. Also, I wasn't using Wind Force for that fight, so no wonder it was slow. Oof, yeah, I don't know about this map. I want to see it all properly laid out though before I poo-poo it. I mean, like, I'm down here, I might as well clear it, but also, as I say, let me actually like physically see how it looks when I've actually explored it all, and like see if I can you know, say to myself like, oh yeah, there's a great way to just path through that. You know, you can just skip that room and skip this and straight through there, but you know, whatever. But it's not looking like a good map. One thing I will say is I feel really slow now. I don't know why. Like, not the kill time, but like my movement feels slow. God save me, this map is so bad. That's Hellplague or something? Yeah. Not a bad one if you Holy Fire or Fire Claws or something. Or, I mean, honestly, even putting it on the Act 2 Mercenary, the Act 3 Mercenary, with the enchant mode. I'll do okay. Oh, okay. We just found that same unique again. Maybe this one has a better roll. This one has a worse roll. Maybe there's some trick to getting the Frenzy Mercenary to, you know, to equip a two-handed sword in one hand. I don't know. there is no reason to do that. So the question now is, do I re-roll that? And I might as well, like I said, because the pits is one of those maps where it's like, because getting there is easy, there's no reason. Like, when I'm rolling the Durance to run Mephisto, and I get a bad roll, like, I don't then go and run Mephisto. Like, you need a good roll before you really even start doing that. And it can take a while to get it. But then it's like, once you have it, you use it. You use the heck out of it. Yeah, I can't forget that one. 40 ED, that's so nice. And this just gets sold. Well, that's right. I have like 99 juvies, which is apparently the max you can have stacked, so... But yeah, because getting to the pits from the catacombs is really easy, and it's like, yeah, you want a really nice map. You know, once you're in there. Ooh, that's a little bit of a hike. Let's see what it's like down here, though. Could be a really beautiful map. I don't think this will actually be a beautiful map, but... doesn't mean I can't get drops while I'm down here. But yeah, what you want in the pits is for the entrance to basically be in the corner, and to just have like a linear path straight to the exit that runs you through a bunch of boss packs. But this one could be worth farming, just like... I know this has been a lot of just general faffing about and not a lot of farming the pits. But this is what the this is just how it be sometimes, you know, like you gotta switch something up or try something out. I guess I didn't really give the Barbarian Mercenary like a good fair shake. Anyway. Now I feel like I just missed my old pits map. It was the map that I got a grandfather and a wind force on. Well, that's a terrible map. I think just based on the time it takes to get to the pits on that one, that's a very easy reset. But you never know, maybe this is going to be like the craziest actual map of the pits itself. I don't think it's going to be that. Yeah, this is a bad, like getting to it sucks and pathing through it sucks. But we're down here, we're gonna obviously clear it. Actually, there are no. I can probably expect to not find any boss packs like past this corner. So maybe. I don't know. Let's see what else we got here. Like, this is another spot that probably... is a little bit skippable. Is that like Candace? Yeah. It's funny, I've never found a Lycanthus down here before. I have one, obviously, but always cool to see. Lycanthus is one of those items, like, it has everything you could want. But it's just... base, the item, spears are just so bad. And it's like, the crazy thing is, the Spearazon, like, who uses a physical two-handed spear, you don't have to use it, but like the melee Spearazon, obviously the optimal way to build her is with a shield and a harpoon or something, even if you're meleeing. But you can have her use a spear. Her abilities that do, like, you know, charge bolts when you melee stuff, and chain lightning from the melees, and, you know, all that sort of stuff, like, they will clear. Like, they are really strong abilities. But at that point, the spear itself doesn't even matter. It's like playing an elemental Boazon. Like, what you want then is plus the skills. Conviction aura. Always a little bit scary. Easy reroll on that one, not even a question. Just takes way too long to physically get to it. It could be worth doing Nightmare Traveling Call on Terror Zone for jewelry. If I were going to do that, though, I would do it with my Sorceress, but then I lose my Nightmare maps with her. I don't know. I'm here, Nightmare. Hold on, let's just quickly do Traveling Call Nightmare. Let's see. Because as far as I know, they can, like, you know, they can... Nightmare, you can get... They can drop basically all the good jewelry you want. The problem is, like, we want to get straight at the freaking council, that this... map is such a hideous mess. I don't know. Maybe we'll just do that when I reset the map and go back to the pits. They did drop some jewelry. They dropped a rare ring, which this jewel's not worth keeping. That's not worth keeping. But you can see for some reason the council members have a really high chance of dropping things like gems and runes and jewelry. Let's have a nice one. No funny business. I said no funny business. That's some funny business. I do not approve. But we're down here now. Well, the kind of intro slash, I don't know, drop down, whatever you would call it. This doesn't look too bad. It is very far away from the cloister, but that's not too big a deal with Vigor. There's Saigons. Always nice to see. I don't like large charms. I don't know why. I think it's just because, like, back in the day, you know, the old, like, Rainbow Small Charm of Vida and stuff like that, or Fine Small Charm of Vida, they were such, like, little holy grail items, and you would kind of dream about what it would be like to have an inventory full of them. And then, you know, if you were a caster type, then it was like your dream was to have like 10 skillers, you know. Like, this map of the pits is totally fine. It's just too far away. Oh, hold on, hold on. Is that a shooter's temper?
Thanks.
It's definitely not, Damn it, I don't have a key. Someone drop a key, please. Drop a key. Come on. No one of you little shits has a key. There we go. There we go. I knew someone had a key. Alright, and yeah, this must be a shooter's tempo, which I really kind of hate, because yeah, you want it to have +3 and then you need it to have a good roll on the skill damage, and I don't know if that's good or bad, because you know, I hate items like that. I try not to pay too much attention to them, but still pretty cool find. We will reset that one though, because keys. Sell that ring, buy more keys. There we go. Plenty of arrows already. Back to hell. And it'll give us a pit that is like right out the front of the cloister, just like it was in the old days. Before the Dark Time, before the Empire, before the Fire Nation attacked. A little bit too far away from my tastes, but we're here now, so. Ah. Oh. Oh. Alright. Ooh. Damn, this is looking like such a nice pit though. Like we're right in the corner here. This is like our first sort of junction. Let's see how meaningful it is. Always nice to see rare boots, especially, you know, you actually want to see normals and exceptionals because... Oh, ho, 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 ho. Always very exciting to see. Just to remind you that they're out there and that the gold ones are capable of dropping. I think 4 sockets actually has some potential value there though. Hold on to that. Oh, I didn't even notice that I'm just like sitting here basically one shot. That was a nice pit map, but it's too far away from the thing with, like, as I say, the thing with the pits is like it doesn't stress me out mapping because I'm farming while I'm mapping. Ah, okay, I see. So it's easy enough to switch them around, but those things don't drop that. Maybe they drop more in Terra zones. I suppose that would make sense. Ooh. Got a really early fork, which is usually a good sign. Okay, so that's the exit. Ooh, okay, alright. Looking good to start with. That's a little bit of a worry, but... We'll see. We shall see. So like this, I'm not worried about this little switchback because there'll never be an elite pack in there. You can just ignore that. So that's not necessarily an issue. And it's so close to the inner cloister. But let's I feel like I'm like a real estate agent. I'm trying to sell this filthy, dank dungeon like it's a home. But like this switchback is ignorable. There's nothing in here. There won't be, there will never be boss packs that spawn in here. I can promise you it. Well, the off chance that they do once or twice, like every 7 or 8 runs, is not worth turning around for. So we would literally just go straight up and around this corner. Now this is a little bit of a worry. Got a bit of a maze opening out now. Exactly what I don't want. But let's just... Because if this is just another big room full of Fallen, then again, it's probably skippable. And you can literally just poke your head in here and see if there's an elite pack. So I am actually really liking this pit map thus far. Again, that's ignorable. That entire little, like, island loop. Oh, Doombringer. What a cool find. Gotta love a Doombringer. Is that a better ED roll than the one I have? I don't know. Doombringer is a really nice sword. Like, particularly if you're using it as a one-hander, because it adds 30 to 100 damage. Is a really powerful affix in the one-handed mode. It's less of the ED buff as a two-hander. I am liking this pit. because it's a little bit, it meanders a little, but a lot of the kind of bigger runoffs and so on are like totally ignorable. And it gave me a Doombringer the first time I went in here, which is so cool. Like, from what I can see, we can basically just run a straight path from entrance to Act 2 to the stairs. And the odds that we will miss any elite packs are basically nil. Okay, the old breast is best play. It's still cool to see a unique just fly out of a chest like that. Even if it is a Venom Lord. But yeah, I think this might be the start of something wonderful. This pit map. I think it's actually better than the one I had. Maybe. The one I had was pretty freaking goated. But this one is very close. Like it's just there. And all the fights happen in these like nice narrow corridors where I get like big value from Pierce. Oh yeah, I like this pit. Like, this sort of stuff dropping, this gives me... This sort of stuff dropping, this is big dopamine. This is like, that's potentially a Grandfather, that's potentially Arcane's Valor. Like, I know this can happen anytime, you know what I'm saying? But like, just... I feel it when I see stuff like that. I'm like, yeah, this is why I'm down here. Because you only need to have that, you don't need to have that happen that many times before one of them's gold. Or something like that even. I think that's just the exceptional base. Oh. Yeah, that's the exceptional base. There wouldn't be anything in there, like I said. This is literally just a straight shot. Ooh, again, okay. You know what, I'll take a second grandfather. I could live with that. I would not complain about just having a frenzy bob with 2 grandfathers. Just as like look at this ridiculous thing I have in single player. Don't even need to trade for it. Nice find. Alright, I might do this once more. And then I gotta take off. Have some din-dins. Take a jiffy, all that, you know. Yeesh, it's spicy trying to run through all that, but the vigor, it gets us. Gets us through. So my wager was that basically you won't find boss packs down here in this corner. I was wrong. It keeps teasing me with Colossus swords. Oh wait, no, it's Colossus blade I want. Colossus sword is ain't nothing. But yeah, that's no problem, just having to walk back there. Now, my wager was that there would be no boss packs down here, that this is just a room full of Fallen. It doesn't mean they're not worth killing. This is still like a high level area where anything, like a normal Fallen can drop Grandfather, I think. You just have to, you know, kill a lot of them before you're likely to get it, but... You know, I'll refine how I actually do this map the more I play it, but I can tell you this map is good. Like, it's not mazy, it's not making me like do switchbacks and so on. So like this room, I'm saying there would just be a pack of Fallen, that's it. No, there's actually a minion pack in here somewhere, but again, it's like, it's so easy to just literally come in here and check and see. And this is snake cord or something. It's a really bad item, but oh, again, okay, we're just being really cheeky today. Yeah, snake cord. I mean, it's not the worst. Like at level 12, the kind of belts that you're gonna have, like rares or from a shop or something, are gonna kind of stink. So even just something like that, where it's like, it gives you a little bit of damage. If you're like a Zon or a Barbarian or something, it helps you like finish off stuff that you womp. You don't necessarily have to like whack it again, use EP again. Now, my big contention is that this area is not worth looking into. And this I'm 100% certain of. The only thing we're going to find up here is a bunch of Fallen and, you know, maybe some Fallen Shamans. As I said. So this area is totally ignorable. And I know it's just a sample size of 1 right now, but I'll check it a couple other times just to verify. I've spent many hours farming the pits, and I have some idea of, like, where and how things typically spawn. This is a little bit disappointing when you just have these like really empty areas. But this is because all the enemies were stuffed into those switchbacks that I was saying that you can generally ignore them. He just teleported, didn't he? Didn't think we'd get another elite in that corner. Let's do this one more, and then I'm going to take off. Review a little further. Just love how close this is. Oh, wait. What happened to my mercenary? Did he die? Let's get him back. Yeah, like I said, it won't always be worth going in there. You kind of just have to poke your head in and see. Ow. One moment. Pardon me. That's the heart carver, which is a pretty cool item, but not something we need exactly. And as I say, I don't think there's... yeah. Again, these are just areas where it's like, alright, I just poke my head in maybe. But I think most of the time we're going to skip that one. Yeah, Mercenary just got absolutely clapped again. I keep accidentally opening a town portal. It's really bugging the hell out of me. Okay, I almost died there. Man, I like this room. This room is crazy dense. Ooh. Okay, the piss just really want to kill me tonight. And yes, I maintain that's not worth going to. And I kind of want to just avoid these like little tiny trash mobs if there's no elites or bosses. We just run past a few of them. Okay. That guy just insta-killed my... Why is everything just killing my mercenary in the pits today? Like, what the heck? He does not normally die this much. And cool item. Huge ED roll. With ignores target's defense, deadly strike, adds flat damage 1535, which is pretty damn good. Like, you can actually, like, carve some stuff up with that. I did say that was going to be my last, but at the same time, I don't know. I like to end on a drop, but if it's really going to be difficult, I'm not going to try to force it because I don't want to be doing this all night. We'll just one more maybe. Like, he is geared up, isn't he? Yeah, okay. It's very strange. He just was getting whooped on. So again, we just poke our head in here. Normal amulet, not fast. That's not a bad item. Bone Hue. Not new for me, but it's still cool. Yeah, I have to trust myself a little bit more because I thought to myself, if the elite's on this corner, there'll be nothing in there. Everyone loves getting wrecked by invisible lightning bolts. It is a feeling like no other. So I don't think there'll be an elite back in here, but I could be wrong. And there's going to be just like a crap ton of enemies in here either way, so... So one of the things that I love about this game is that, like, when you suck at MFing and you can't get a lot of, like, you know, you can't get a lot of stuff to drop, it's also a time in the, it's by, like, it will be by definition also a time in the game when basically anything that does drop, like, where the odds of stuff that does drop being stuff that you need and can use are very high. but then it's like, as you become more discerning, because you begin to fill your stash and you begin to sort of like, oh, okay, I've got like all these exceptional uniques, or you know, all this stuff, like, okay, decent rares, good rune bases, all these like basic runes, yeah, you know, we just like tick all the boxes there, like we got all this stuff. Okay, once you get to that level, then you're at a level where you can sort of say like, all right, well now I can actually start, you know, target farming the good stuff. Now you should have the equipment and everything to get into the, you know, the stony tombs or the pits, or you know, do a Terror Zone Mephisto or something, and have them on good players count. Something I need to do is I need to make a sorceress who exists just to run the Countess. Which means I need to run a sorceress through hell again, which will be so easy this time because she'll get the full, like, you know, she'll just have everything handed to her rather than having to like farm it for herself. And, you know, sorceresses are naturally adept at kind of speedrunning the game, and so that could be something fun to stream, just seeing how quickly you can run through the game when you... just muling everything over to a sorceress. The only thing I would... Yeah, I think I even have a, like a, you know, +3 to charge bolt sorcerer's orb lying around somewhere, you know? Like a perfect early game, you know, like level 2 orb that she can just immediately pop on. Not even have to worry about, like, you know, farming up the rune staff, whatever it is. I always forget the name of it. Warmth, I think? Or leaf or something? It doesn't. And yeah, I know I said that one would be the last, but when you've got a good map, it's so Moorish. We poke our head in there, it's fine. I'm not gonna aggro anything and then just have to waste time killing like 2 or 3 skeletons. Once again, we poke our head in and... Now, you know, there's enough of them like close enough together that it's not pointless. But yeah, this could be... This is not the perfect layout for the pits, but it's perfectly good, considering how close it is. But then, like I said, the nice thing about the pits is like you just farm it as you roll it, so if you ever want to just like say, oh okay, well I'll try to just get the absolute perfect map, where it's like 5 inches from the inner cloister, and it's just like a perfect straight shot. But yeah, maybe tomorrow that's what I'll do. Or I'll at least spend some time doing that. Just doing the sorceress. Because I also need a socket quest. I need like the socket quest in general quite badly. So that'll be very handy. And, you know, there's things like, I'm pretty sure the Countess can drop, if not a Pulse rune, I'm fairly certain she can drop up to Vex on Hell. It's just that, like, farming her sucks because my Sorceress can't really hurt her. She can... I mean, maybe with the Cold Sunder Charm, but even then, it's going to be slow compared to someone who's just, like, tailor-made to wipe her out with the right element. And it doesn't matter if you can't fight the stuff in the tower, because you just get a good map and then you literally just go boom, 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 teleport directly to the Countess. And then as long as you are strong enough, like, you just kind of teleport directly into her room, insta-kill her, get the runes, like, save and exit. Like, that's how I want to farm the Countess if I'm going to farm the Countess. And I do not mind spending a couple of hours getting a character together whose only job in life is to farm the Countess. Not that it will be, because she's a sorceress, and sorceresses just have godlike clear times. So I'll find some other high-level area, you know, where the enemies, where, you know, her elements are good. And I'm thinking, like, with the Countess, it's like, what would you want? You want light? It's lightning, mostly. I think. Ow. I could be very wrong about that, but I'm fairly certain. Even though the base stinks, it's an elite, unique weapon, and I always like to check them out. No surprises that it would be bad. Is this on players 3 or something? No, okay. Why was that chest so stingy? It is what it is. You know, that genuinely has to be the last run. I don't hate to end it on that because it kind of stank, but it is what it is. We've got a good map now. Tomorrow we'll be really pushing it, but also tomorrow I might work on a new sorceress. I need to think of a name. I'll try to think of something funny. Anyway,